I'm Kelly Mitchell, the caffeinator, and this is Breve TV Uncorked, Women on Wine, Business, and Evolution, sharing rich conversation to enlighten, challenge, and inspire the busiest people on earth. My co-host, Debra Trapin. Welcome to the show, Debra.
Thanks so much. Always great to be here with you.
Always fabulous to have you here. And we will be in the stream each and every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific sharp, 9 p.m. Eastern, playing the video at brevetv.com/live. Be sure to tell us what's in your glass and use the hashtag #BrevetTV. Salud!
Salud!
And we begin with the quote. I don't have one, so I'll make up my own quote. Cheers to that.
Not having a quote.
Exactly. Cheers to no quote. I'm going to say that our keyword today, this means every time you hear our keyword, you have to have a sip of your glass, whatever is in your glass, is attract or attraction. So it's a derivative. So anytime we use derivatives, you still have to have a cocktail. So my quote on the episode today, so let's talk about the episode for a second because I think that will parlay my quote or manifest my quote. Part 2, episode 74 of Screw Humble. This is Embracing Your Magnificence, Level 2. So what we talked about last episode was each of us has greatness inside of us. Our fabulousness doesn't burst out of us, but making a difference without a conscious effort on our part. So you have to tap into your potential, and anytime we're downplaying this, it's really taking away from the essence, not only our own essence and our own belief system, but from others and what they're perceiving us as. So my quote is, screw humble, you're a winner, and you need to get out there and share that with people. That's it. It's not that magnificent.
I love it.
So you really have to tap into what's happening with you. And, you know, before we got this started, well, I'm jumping into the show. What's in your glass this week, Debra? I'm so excited to get started. I mean, it's all this attraction stuff.
So what's in my glass, let's see if I'm holding this up the right way. I am. Yay! Is a fantabulous wine from Deerfield Ranch called At Cabernet. It is.
Can you say that again a little bit slower?
At Cabernet.
You said it so French. I thought you were saying a French phrase. I'm like, what did I miss?
This is actually a wine from our Sonoma adventure, our first of many, and we loved this place. And this wine, you know, it's always interesting when you go wine tasting and you've had a couple glasses and you're thinking, is the wine really going to be as good as it was when I bought it?
Oh my God. Or because the setting is different, right?
Yes.
The environment, who you're having it with, thankfully, well, I don't have any in my glass, but...
Sorry.
I'm kidding.
We haven't reached Star Trek stages yet where we can actually, you know, beam it over to you. But, you know, it is still magnificently delicious. So this has 75 Cab Sav. It has 11% Merlot, 8% Cab Franc, 4% Malbec, and 2% Petit Verdot, which, of course, makes it a ridiculously marvelous blend. It is rich, it is velvety, and it is everything I remembered. So cheers to Deerfield Ranch. You treated us well in your tasting room, and you are treating me well in the D11 den.
And I'm so envious. And envious in a good way, not in a bad way. I can't wait to get back to that cave. They have such a magnificent wine cellar. I guess it's a wine cellar to a degree, right? All underground. Totally rad. Okay, in my glass.
Yes.
You know what I discovered about 3 weeks ago? The SIMI, this is of Healdsburg in Sonoma County. I discovered their Cabernet. Their Cabernet was so delicious that when I ran into the Chardonnay, I'm like, can the Chardonnay stand up to the Cabernet, even though they're quite different. Well, this has pear. This is a 2012 Chardonnay with pear and tropical fruits. Again, I think the last episode was tropical fruits, so I'm seeing a pattern. A little oak pizzazz, and it's so creamy in your mouth.
I love it. Let me see the label a little bit better. I can't see over your lower third. Okay.
No problem. Can you see it now?
Yes, much better. Oh, I love it.
Oh, it's so fabulous. And so you can pair it with things like salmon. Make sure it's not farmed salmon. Do not eat that stuff. It's bad for you. Wild Atlantic salmon, mild cheeses, perhaps a little saffron chicken. But it's by the folks from SIMI Winery, so we totally love them and the wine. And cheers to you, my friend.
Cheers. I love it. So I'm so excited to dig into, like, what did you call it? Level 2?
Yes.
This is no part 2. This is level 2.
This is level 2, darling.
I love it. I love it.
Okay, so boy, do we have a lot to cover today, and we've already had some conversations about this offline, but you know, the first thing that we kind of want to dig into, and remember again, the word is, or words, attract or attraction, is in the Screw Humble theme. This is about, you know, not just being getting rid of that, oh, I'm so humble, or oh, you know, thank you so much, I really don't deserve this. Like, screw that, okay? This is about attracting the riches that you deserve, and you do that by being truthful and honest, and by putting things in a context that really shares your magnificence without overshadowing your brilliance. Do you like that?
I love that. So what's your number 1?
My number 1 is sex. Seriously. I mean, think about it. If you're not feeling good about yourself, what's the sex like? I mean, if you can't attract a great experience in your own bed, seriously. And so if you're thinking, you know, you brought this up to me, if you're thinking, oh my God, I could lose 5 pounds, I'd definitely look better. Or if you're thinking, oh my God, that zit on my chin, or, you know, maybe I had too much garlic, screw it. Yeah. Oh my God, there's parallels here. Yeah, but it's honestly, when you're sharing, stop thinking about what is not great about you and think about the things that are great about you and focus on that. And I'll tell you what, you will have a better overall experience. You will, you know, okay, this is like a little personal, but I'm going to go there.
All right.
Probably one of the best things I ever did, and it was when I put my confidence first and not my insecurities. I think I met my husband at the front door in a trench coat and nothing else. And I'll tell you what, was I Kate Moss skinny? Hell to the no. But did I approach this experience with confidence and the fact that I wanted to share something magnificent? Me. I did. And what was the outcome? Well, let's just say I need to repeat it again soon.
Yep. It's so true. I mean, this is exactly what we're talking about. It's actually, in order to experience pleasure and joy and happiness and all those wonderful things, you have to embrace your magnificence. And it's so hard for us, and especially as women. We're constantly being told by the external world what we need to look like in order to be sexy.
Yep.
And, you know, I mean, it shows up in my mailbox like every 2 weeks, and it's, you know, BS. You know who you are.
Be a size 0?
You know,
Honey, if I was skin and bones and nothing else, I could never be a size 0. I think my bones are a size 4.
Yeah, I think, well, and you're also not 16, 17, 18 years old anymore.
I'm not? Wait a minute.
Well, thank God you're not, right? I mean, the thing is that men love when we are confident. they just want to be around us because, hello, we are magnificent. That's why they married us or are dating us or hanging out with us. But even more so, like, they don't care about those 5 pounds. There's a
They don't
naked
even know.
woman in front of them, for crying out loud. They're not doing that with us.
Thank you.
So,
And I mean that goes the same way for business as well. And we're not talking about sex when we're crossing over into business, but we're talking about is that confidence level. It attracts, cheers, it attracts people to us like a moth to a flame because that's something that everybody wants,
right.
right? So if you start employing this in bits and pieces and small components into your life, you will naturally attract people to you, right?
Yeah, that's a great
And
number.
so that's number two.
Yeah.
Are we doing numbers today?
We usually try and, keep the pace. So I think attracting the right people and, like what you said, attracting the right opportunities. I think here's the thing: is we are like I've got to catch up. Attract, attract, attract. So attracting the right people and
I didn't want to spit my wine all over the screen.
for all those people who are going to be listening to this on iTunes down the road, we're so grateful you cannot see us spitting wine out all over the
But
place.
we're very happy that you're drinking along with us.
That's right. Is that we are always attracting things towards us. It's whether you want them to be fabulous and magnificent on their own right or not. If you are walking through life going, yeah, I'm just okay, I'm just mediocre, well, guess what? Like, that is what you are attracting to you. It's crazy. That's the law of attraction, right, Kel?
It totally is. It totally is. And I mean, it's almost like, it's almost, not almost, I think it's very karmically intertwined. What you put out there is what you're going to get back tenfold. You have to remember, too, when you have these moments of self-doubt, if you dive in with 2 feet, remember, thoughts become things.
Mm-hmm.
And do you want those thoughts to become things in your life? And so it almost reminds me of meditation to some degree. You know, you're in your like little Om space, and the objectives of meditation are continually to take those thoughts that are coming at you, whether they're distractions about what you have to do or how you're not, on page 6 this week, whatever it is, and push those thoughts away. And in attracting magnificence and sharing your abundance, if you've got negative stuff coming in, you need to push it away. Just push it away and go on to the next until it's a positive thing, because our mind controls a lot of our energy and what we do, right?
So true, and that kind of leads to the next point, which is actually having an impact. You have to embrace your magnificence in order for you to really make the tremendous impact that you're meant to make here on this planet. And again, this is for those of you who are thinking, like, I don't want this to just be me, me, me. Like, making an impact isn't about you. Like, this is about your friends and your family and the world. Like, you are here for that purpose and to create that impact. If you're walking around with the, oh, bother, I'm just all right, or I'm not good enough, like, get out of your own way and, like, let the world receive what you are meant to give it. Like, that, you're being selfish. You are being selfish by not embracing your magnificence. Just swallow that pill.
I couldn't agree with you more. It is selfishness to wallow in self-pity or to not share, what you're truly all about. I think there's so many riches that can be gained from. I mean, okay, so sharing the excellence that's within you brings other people to you, or they're naturally compelled to or drawn to you because of what you're sharing and what they're feeling. So by taking it one step further and making those people not only feel their own magnificence and highlight that, you can, I want to go back into karma again. It's like all about karma. What you put out there, you're going to get back tenfold. When you start sharing it with people, more people will be attracted to you because you're sharing goodness. You're sharing the light. You're sharing the positivity.
Yes.
It's all that other stuff that people don't want to have anything to do with. I mean, really, you can see people like the trolls in social media get attracted to like the negativity and all of that. You don't want to be part of that world. You want to be part of the people that see the possibilities, not people that see the end.
Well, let's talk about that for a quick second, the social media trolls, because we kind of, we're peppered throughout a lot of different groups and things like that in places like LinkedIn and Facebook, like, don't you automatically know when you see certain names that pop up in the stream, like, oh, this is going to go sideways and down the drain? Like, I know you're thinking, but
absolutely. I don't want to point to a specific example, but I can remember somebody I saw recently where it's like, I know that everything that's coming out of this person's fingers, it's like, it doesn't matter what the message is, this person is going to go contrary.
right.
Like always contrary.
Yeah.
And it's like, what is the purpose of always being contrary unless you're trying to start something with
Right.
somebody or make somebody else feel less?
I think that, I don't think that there's something like innately wrong with being a contrarian or even an antagonistic type
If it's
personality.
a consistent situation, it doesn't attract.
Right. It does not, well, it attracts.
But the wrong kind.
Yes. I mean, or it just, like, the feelings. I think we go back to, like, this all weaves so beautifully together. If you are attracting people all the time, if your messages out on the planet are not magnificent in any way, shape, or form, whether it's about you embracing your magnificence or about embracing the magnificence of the opportunity that's in front of you, you're just going to create more of that. And I know that you talk about manifesting, and I think that's I think that was related to your number 4, yeah?
Yes. Oh, the manifestation. Manifestation really, to me, is so you can attract people in abundance and manifest what you need in abundance if you're taking the right approach to how you're presenting yourself. So if we're always looking at ourselves like, oh, I'm not worthy, or, oh, really that was nothing. When you clawed your way through that experience to make it magnificent, it really belittles who you are and what you're trying to do. And so in order to attract and manifest abundance, you really need to embrace exactly what you're doing and how you're doing it. And from the standpoint of how much blood, sweat, and tears you put into it, because did you really just wake up and like create that whole magnificent experience for those people that experienced it in a setting that was unparalleled? The reality is the setting probably took a lot of time and effort to put together. Even acquiring the people who were going to experience that experience took a lot of time and effort. The knowledge that it took you to get to the point where you could put this experience with the people and create something was huge. I mean, right now we're talking about 300 years.
Right.
You know what